Okay, I'm right in the middle of changing out the heater core in this pickup, and got the heaters already out of it. I'll show you what's going on in here. Oops. Alright, you can see where it's been leaking down here, and terrible mess. It's been doing that for a while, but I haven't been using this much. Now in these trucks, the whole heater comes out when you got to change the heater core or the motor on it, the fan motor. So as you can see, the heater has been removed, and it's over here on the bench, getting the new heater core placed into it. There we go. So I got the heater core already, the new one already placed in there, and the old one has already been retired to the scrap bucket. Now it looks a little bit bigger, but they've made compensations on the sides of this to make it fit better in the hole. This actually has 14 runs, and this one is 13. So even though it's smaller, that one has more tubes in it. But anyways, this one is destined for the boneyard, and had a bit of trouble getting that hose off, and used a pair of pliers to. It looks like I squished it a little bit, but I just have to be more careful when I'm working with this one, because this one's aluminum. This one, I believe, is brass and copper, it appears. So now, what I got to do is make a new gasket to go on this piece that goes on there. It did have just a cheap foam gasket on it, but I'm going to use a piece of vinyl deck covering, and I'll cut a gasket out of this, and that should take care of any air leaks that might be around in that area. Anyways, for now I'm going to carry on. Oh yeah, and as you can see, if you want to replace the fan motor on one of these mid-70s Ford pickups, then you've got to pull the heater out. Now it's not that bad to pull the heater out. There's three bolts. There's one there, and then these ones near the fan motor that come through the firewall. So there's three there. Undo the hoses, unhook the wires, and undo the control cables on the inside, and then pull it back and jiggle it around, and it comes out not too bad. I'm just hoping that it goes in as nicely as it came out. So anyways, we'll find out when we come to that. For now, I'm going to work on cutting the gasket for this piece. Okay, I just made a little hole punch out of a little piece of steel tubing, and sharpened the tip of it up in the grinder. We'll knock these holes in. It works good too. It's like a real hole punch. There, as good as homemade. Okay, that's a good looking gasket, I think. That there. We'll put the fuzzy side out against this plate, so none of that fuzz gets sucked up into the blower and into the cab, basically. So whatever you do, do not over tighten these and strip them out, or you're going to have problems. Okay. Okay, now we're almost ready to put this back in the truck. Usually changing the heater core is an easy job. It's just you got to take the whole heater out to do it. But this will be, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy yet. Okay, after a few hours of struggling, actually quite a few hours of struggling with this heater, I finally got it back up in place. I still have a few fittings to put back on it there, but it is up in place and bolted to the firewall once again. And two things were causing me grief. Is one of the studs was getting caught on the insulation cover on the firewall right there, and I couldn't get it to go up, and I didn't know why. But I finally discovered that. I took the heater out about 3 or 4 times, and I found that was stopping it from going up. And also one of the tubes on the new heater core, and I'll just show you that here in a second. The new heater core has one tube that is a little bit longer than the original, and I don't know if you can see that from there, but the where'd it go? There we are. The lower tube is a little bit longer than the other one, and it's also longer than these here. So it was digging into the firewall, and the heater was against the bottom of the dashboard, and I just couldn't get it to go up. So finally I found the spot on the firewall that I could see where it was digging into the insulation cover and stopping it from going up. But anyways, the heater is now, it's in place. I'm gonna pick up some new heater hoses and put new heater hoses on it, because I think those are the original Ford ones that came on the truck in 1976. So yeah, while I got it off, I might as well put new heater hoses on it and freshen some things up. And I'm still on the fence about whether I should. Now this top hose, the hoses look to be in good condition, but you know how that goes. You don't know they're going to go until that day comes. So we gotta flush the rat out. I'm gonna do away with the water pump mounted fan and this cracked up fan shroud I was gonna replace, but I'm gonna convert it to electric fans and take that big fan off of there. That'll free up a few more horses to go to the back wheels, and I'm also going to put a bigger pulley on the alternator. The Boss 302 alternator that I do have under the bench has got a 4-inch pulley on it, and that frees up a little bit of horsepower as well and stops the alternator from getting over revved. God knows I over revved that one a number of times, but that seems to be coming back for more anyway. But that's where we're at with the heater, and it should be shortly have that finished up. I got a leak on the water pump I have to repair here too, so right here one of the bolts is stripped out, the threads is stripped out in the aluminum timing cover, and of course you can't tighten it up and it leaks. So might as well see if I can track down a new water pump while I'm at it. Chances are, just after I fix this one, this old water pump might start leaking. So it's kind of nice to freshen it up while you've got it apart. That water pump, I believe, is the one that came on this motor in 1970. So it's due to start leaking or something. For the price of a water pump, a person might as well just replace it and be done with it. But anyways, I just rigged up a puke tank that I'm going to install here, and it's actually a puke tank out of a Mazda, I believe. And you can see it's got some Chinese writing at the bottom there, or Japanese, or so yeah. I just rigged up the back plate on it so that it can bolt in right around there somewhere. And yeah, update that, and then whenever it pukes, it'll catch it in the puke tank. Anyways, that's all I got for now. Keep your stick on the ice.